Where'd you come from?
But you must die softly.
I thought that was the end. Thank you, traveler. Here, have some of the herbs I found before they assaulted me. Goodbye. Good morning.
Can I help you? Greenwood has a long and storied history. What do you want to know? This place used to be a little village called Bleeker's Way. They say it collapsed on account of infighting during the late Third Era. It was left weak, as one of its original inhabitant families got killed by the other. Family remaining never really managed to restore it to its former prosperity. Or so they say. Then, the Great War happened, and the village got caught in the crossfire. It ended about as well as you could expect. After all was said and done, I decided that I would build something here. It's a picturesque place, and I thought it'd be a shame to let this place become some sort of battle scar forever. That's how Greenwood started. I used to be a soldier in the Imperial Legion during the Great War. I was at Bleeker's Way during the skirmishing. Tried to defend it from the Dominion forces, but I was just one man. I pegged a couple of them with arrows and fled to safety. Afer's my son. Good lad. A bit set in his ways already for his age, but I guess that's what living in Greenwood does to you. Afer met Rona, love of his life. She is up in Bruma. They were both staying at the same inn, and after some talk at the bar, well, they ended up staying in the same bed, too. I know as much about it as you do. I made the mead. People seemed to like the recipe. I refined the recipe, and it just kept selling and selling. Why people like it so much? I thank the divines and my own hard work. Got to put your heart and soul into it. That's what makes it Greenwood mead. Or so I believe. Sure thing. What do you want to know? Yes, indeed. Very popular, too. Here, have a free sample, straight from the meadery. I'm Amiel. I founded this meadery and came up with the family recipe. Don't make it anymore, though. Afer and Rona run the business now. Perhaps. We tend to draw our water from the nearby river, but the source is, sadly, currently infested with ogres. Strong brutes they are, let me tell you. Since we'd rather not get mauled by ogres, we haven't tried to clear them out. We're just normal people, not warriors. We've been hoping for a mercenary to happen by so we could get this problem sorted out. But not many tend to come around here. What do you say? There'll be coin involved? Great. There'll be some good coin in it for you if you return successful. The source is northeast of here. A river. Be careful.
ready. You are to Dartakto as this is to an elsewhere snake. That is, essentially. You are a good friend. You see what Dartakto means to say, yes?
Welcome to Greenwood. We don't have much in the way of lodgings. Are you here for our delicious Greenwood mead, or just to enjoy the sights? My father-in-law Amiel can tell you that better than I. He lives around here. Go, ask him. Yes, indeed. An old family recipe. Well, I say old. Amiel came up with it. He's father-in-law. Gets sold all over Cyrodiil. The mead, I mean, not my father. Talk to you later.
Can I help you? Excellent. Now we can get Greenwood mead production back on track. Thank you, my friend. Here, take this coin. Yeah.
Good afternoon. Yes, indeed. Greenwood mead is enjoyed all over Cyrodiil, and we're the proud family that makes it all. A nice, calm, quiet life. Suits me nicely. You're probably best asking my father Amiel about that. All I know is that there used to be some village here or something. And like I said, you're best asking Amiel. Goodbye.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Here you go. Looks like that's it. Got to go. Nope, sorry, nothing.
By the Synod, weary of the whispers, why not go somewhere more agreeable? Reside at the Resplendence Boutique of Magical Wonders.
This one wonders to himself some.
Have you learned anything more about our little perplexity? Give them here. Let's see what they can tell us. Not just any generic form of soul gem. This is a black soul gem. Only two types of people use these. Murderers and necromancers. This certainly isn't an item which carries with it a positive stigma. What else? Fairly common, but it seems familiar for some reason. This almost seems like the type of boot I would wear. Intriguing. What else? A book? Weathered memoirs, eh? This seems to be a journal of some sort about the creation of Frostcrag Spire. Well, this is an interesting twist in our little mystery. Before we examine this further, I'd like to see any other artifacts which may have appeared. These told me a lot, thank you. One thing is certain. Whoever these items belong to is affiliated with the magical arts. More specifically, the darker side of the magical arts. It would also seem that our mystery mages have some connection with Frostcrag Spire. Haven't you seen that large tower in the mountains off in the distance? That is Frostcrag. It was supposedly erected back in the late Third Era by some old mage with too much time on his hands. Quite the sight, isn't it? It would probably still be of great interest to the Synod too, were it not sealed off many years ago by its last residents. I'm not quite sure what part the Spire plays in the summoning of these mysterious objects, yet. We shall see.
All of a sudden, he feels a lot better.
We in the Bruma Synod Conclave sincerely appreciate your aid in this matter, simplistic as it may have been. I shall send out a letter to the Synod Council Hall in the Imperial City, asking for a fitting reward for... Wait, what's that? Oh, not again!
Wait, huh?
Who's there?
They have stopped moving. 1 second. Let me give you some room.
Those fools are actually fighting!
This should be good.
A brawl, is it? This is madness. I am sick and tired of these intrusions. It would appear that your services are again required before payment can be rendered. I cannot simply step back and allow this to continue. Not now that there is a tangible threat to our all. We must act. Go to Frostcrag Spire and do whatever is necessary to put an end to these infuriating escapades.
What? Wonderful news. Here, some gold for your trouble. Freshly dispensed from the Imperial City. What is it?
Be gone, now.
Welcome. The name's Edvia. I'm Holgard's assistant. The sharpest swords, the heftiest axes. See you around.
Lucian Flavius, reporting for duty.
Those gems.
Let me know
Good
if
to
you
see
need
you.
anything else.
Excellent. Thank you. Here is your coin, as I promised. Profit for everyone, yes?
My hammer, a goblin's head, and a mug of ale. Great way to spend a Freitas night.
What a day to be alive. Doesn't that cold mountain air just
What
get
is
your
it?
blood pumping?
I sell paint horses. They're leaner and more agile than the hulking horses you'll find across the border in Skyrim. Admittedly, there are better breeds of horses elsewhere in Cyrodiil, but none of them come as cheaply as mine. Faster and leaner indeed. Might not be able to withstand quite as many sword blows, mind you, but who cares about that, eh? Unless you tend to use your horse as some sort of fighting partner. Goodbye.
One wonders to himself. Age consumed.
Oh there, traveler. What's your business in Frostcracked Spire?
I suppose this is still a College of Whispers cynosure. Or almost one.
Fine. Just ask your questions, then make your way out. We don't need Synod spies or vagabonds roaming around the spire. Yes? What is your business here? We are here performing important research for the College of Whispers. Now, are you going to get to the point of this conversation, or am I going to have to stand here and repeat myself? We are an organization devoted to the study of magic, in all of its forms. Unlike those close-minded synod mages over in Bruma, we do not restrict our members simply out of ignorance and fear. Necromancy and conjuration are as much schools of magic as restoration and illusion, whether the public approves of them or not. Help? Well, since you asked, possibly. I need someone to fix a mistake a member of my team decided to disrupt Busy's schedule with. Unfortunately, none of us has had the time to tend to it as of yet. What say you? This is a strictly confidential matter, so I'll need you to confirm you're willing to help before I inform you of the details. So, what say you? Much appreciated. You see, during one of my more eccentric members' early conjuration experiments, she made an error in judgment and attempted a conjuration spell which was beyond her capabilities. While she did successfully summon a scamp, the binding process was flawed, and now the spawn is running wild through the channels. Aye. It's one of the lesser forms of Daedra. Small, wily spellslingers. Ugly little bleeders. Completely impotent. Might even say they're the Daedric equivalent of a Synod mage. Last we saw, it was headed south, toward Bold Man's Respite. Start there, and when you find it, return it to oblivion for me. Now go, and try not to die.
Yes, it is. Supplied by our colleagues in Water's Edge. We may be practitioners of necromancy, but that does not mean we have to stand the intolerable stench which comes with its study. It certainly has prevented a fair bit of fainting on my end. Not that I would actually faint, mind you. Just an expression. Cataloging. You don't need to know the details. The College of Whispers would not be named as such if we continually blurted out our findings to passerby. Do I? Well, maybe it's because I have my hands full trying to help establish a cynosure atop an oversized, frozen rock. Do you think that has anything to do with it? Mine simply happened to comprise most of the stressful busy work necessary to get this place into shape. Funny that, eh? Farewell.
Aster, you have to be more careful. We don't want anyone getting hurt in this experiment.
Be calm, my dear. Be calm. We don't even know if the thing is sending anything through. This territory belongs to the College of Whispers. Destination what brings you to the top? For all we know, the blasted creature could be in pieces all over the Gerals.
But a zombie? What if it did go through and somebody gets hurt? We can't have that happen, Aster.
We need live tests. Ugh. But I see your point. Very well. We'll do it your way.
Yes?
Well,
what
thank
did you need?
I just hope it didn't cause too much of a panic over there already.
Oh, it's just you again, Carland. How have you been? They are. Fascinating. It works then. Simply wonderful. Why, the Spire's portals, of course! You know, the ones I've spent the past few days slaving away at, tweaking, in an attempt to get the damn things to work properly. So, tell me, were the objects intact? Truly? Well, this calls for some celebration! We need to push further. Oh, yes. I think it's time to test this beautiful device out for real. Will you assist me? Without a true test, we'll never be able to move forward. It needs to be done if we ever wish to implement our own teleportation platforms in the cynosures. I doubt the Synod will take too kindly to a Whispers mage suddenly appearing in their conclave. You always know how to make me chuckle, my friend. I knew I could count on you. Follow me. You ready for what awaits you? What I need is to genuinely test these portals out and get them calibrated. I can't fix a problem I don't know exists after all. First, though, I need you to place a marker at the destination site. This ancient thing is set to send people to the old Bruma Mages Guild, which is now the home of the Synod in Bruma. Here's the beacon. I hid it inside this boot here. Just put it in the main hall. With it in place, I'll hopefully be able to focus the portal's trajectory directly to the beacon's location before you test this thing. The Synod might not like it if they suspect you are helping us out. But you already knew that. so I'll see you back here when you're done. Oh, I almost forgot. And it's not like me to forget, so I'd best tell you before I forget again. Bruma's quite the long walk from here. Remarkable, truly. But I have more to tell you. Oh yes, much more. Indefinitely. Infinitely? Oh no. Definitely infinitely. Infinitely more. I can teleport you to Bruma. Oh yes, the glistening frozen city high atop the Gerald Mountains, if my memory serves, and I believe it does. Traditionally, teleportation magic uses a focus. That's what the boot is for, to focus the magic, to make sure we end up precisely where we intend to. It's also why, throughout Tamriel's history, mages have employed mark and recall spells, invocations of divine intervention, and the like. However, I believe I've nearly perfected, mostly, a spell to teleport you to an imprecise location. That means I can teleport you to Bruma with a simple flick of my wrist. Expedite your journey, and a lot of fun on the way, I'd expect. However, as I alluded to, I can't send you to any particular location in Bruma. Imprecise magic, so no direct travel to the Conclave, I'm afraid. Still, the theory behind the spell is sound. Mostly, I think. So if you want me to teleport you to Bruma, now, or, well, any time, just let me know. What do you mean, who's Carland? Stop being ridiculous, and let's get back to our research already. Same thing I've been researching for the past 12 years. This tower. It is truly fascinating. Correct. On both accounts. The College of Whispers reclamation team just arrived. I was here long before that. Originally, I came up here to scout out the area for magical artifacts, as many at the time had tried to do. I was different, though. I succeeded. In fact, I was the first to enter this place after it was sealed by an unknown mage nearly 150 years ago. I only planned on staying for a week or two. It turned into 3 years. Well, first Oh, hold on. I forgot. You don't have the college clearance I do. I almost revealed one of our best-kept secrets there. Sorry about that. Always a pleasure to help you out, Carland. Steel yourself. This may feel a bit tingly. All right, here we go. Prepare yourself.
Is there a reason why you're leaving a boot on the floor? I certainly hope this isn't unorthodox investigation method, and not simply you messing up my conclave.
You ready for what awaits you? Now that I've made every adjustment I can think of to assure its proper function, I need only one thing. Step onto the teleportation pad. If it works, then not only will you have aided me in this first essential test, you will have stopped any further items from appearing in the conclave. Simply step onto the pad when you're ready. Simple. You may have noticed that all the items sent through the portal so far have been inanimate, or, well, bereft of souls. As it turns out, recalibrating a teleporter to transfer solid material is much easier than the transfer of actual souls. So, if you appear whole in the conclave, then I've succeeded in my recalibration. And if your body finds itself gadding about the conclave, limp and without purpose, as your soul rides eternally in purgatory, well, we'll know that my experiment has failed. So, are you willing to try? That's the spirit. The arcane arts can never make any progress if nothing is risked. Take this with you. If you make it through in one piece, don't bother returning to me. This'll let me know you made it. So, whenever you're ready.
Yes? What did you need?
So far, it seems to have stopped. Let's hope it stays that way.
Indeed? What happened? What was causing it?
Whispers! Curse those careless, undisciplined necromancers! This time their experiments endangered my conclave! But I'm curious how you think teleporting through it would have disrupted the thing. Still, no zombies, nor any other displaced objects for that matter, have appeared in the conclave since you left. So I suppose it stands to reason that you are being truthful. Well, I suppose we'll see. Your service merits reward. Please accept this sum of coin from the Synod's coffers. Now, good day to you.
You were the one, eh? I heard about that. Good work. Ah, I suppose you're probing for a reward for your service. Let's see here. Ah, yes. Take this. It's an old dagger my team found in one of the ruins during our journey here.
The things are fairly common in Ayleid ruins, so the college won't miss it. Has a nifty enchantment, though. Thanks.
Can I help you? Excellent. Thank you, traveler. This will do an old soul some good. Come, you've helped me with this. The least you deserve is to be there when I lay them upon old Barnius's grave. Follow me.
Don't get many furs out here. Ah, sorry, old habit.
Old Barnius, old friend, rest in peace. I still don't know whether dogs feel Arcay's embrace. I may never know. I'm not a pious man. But old Barnius, just know that I still remember you. Know that I still care. Watch over me from wherever you are, old friend. I still love you. Thank you so much, traveler. You've truly calmed an old man's soul. My thanks again, traveler.
There is no need to push.
Damnable tavern. It's a dingy... I want its proprietor to land in hot water with our dear guard captain. He deserves it, no? Say, would you help me with that?
Can I help you?
Ha! That isn't going to happen, I'm afraid. It's a dingy squat filled with... I want its proprietor to land in hot... Excellent. Take this. It's a very special memory gem. I have one active at all times, and this particular one recorded everything that happened at the tavern that night. Take it, and let the guard captain listen to it. Irrefutable evidence. I'm sure he'll see fit to take action then.
Goodbye.
Hey, nice to see you around. Listen. Oh, well, this should be interesting. Go ahead. Let's listen. Bye. So maybe you'll help me with this? That's great news. As I said, there's a situation. Don't go around publicizing this, but a new threat's cropped up. Far to the east of Bruma. Not bandits, not hedge wizards. Talos worshippers. Believe me, I don't have any bones to pick with Talos worshippers. People can worship whoever they want to worship, as far as I'm concerned. But this has me spooked. I don't want Armion and his damned justiciars to arrest them and send them off to Blue River Prison. Or worse. And I'm tied up in Bruma dealing with other matters. I hate to ask, but... would you help me with this? Well, it's only spoken of in rumors and whispers, but... to go by the rumors, it's the Thalmor prison camp here in Cyrodiil. It's where they send those they find problematic. Talos worshippers, dissidents, that sort of thing. My priority is protecting the citizens of Bruma. My job is to uphold the law. Most of the time those goals align, but when they don't, well... I know where my true loyalties lie, and they don't lie with paper or politics. First, let me be clear. I'm not asking you to kill them, and I'm not asking you to hand them over to the Thalmor. I hate them as much as any Imperial. No, I'm asking you to convince them to lie low. I don't care if they keep worshipping Talos, they just need to do it privately. I don't want the Thalmor making an example out of them. But I don't want them to use this as an excuse to step up their presence in Bruma. And that's likely. Given their location near a county board of the Shaden Hall nobility might get involved. Political disaster waiting to happen. So just go and speak with them, like I said. They're far to the east of Bruma, near County Shadenhall. Here, I'll mark it on your map, just in case. I'm here to uphold the law. I advise you not to... break it.
Mind yourself.
Oh, there, traveler. Who are you? Are you with a Thalmor? Tell me. Now! Then I suppose I can afford to stow my weapon. I hope for your sake you're not lying. Besides, we've nothing to be ashamed of. Go on then. Ask whatever you like. Come and go as you please. But we'll be watching you. I'm Era. I lead the congregation here. We worship Tellus, and by the divines, we make no bones about it. Have you been living under a rock? Tellus worship's a crime now. Our Mayan and his justiciars have moved into Bruma. I didn't feel like sitting around in Bruma, like mammoths lining up for the milking. Turns out a few others had similar ideas. And so we left. I've been faithful to Tellus ever since I was first old enough to understand the tales. The Thume. To ascend to divinity. My grandmother would tell me the stories. Tiber Septim's great deeds. And his rise to godhood. A true inspiration. I believe in heroism. I believe in the resilience of men. Not the supremacy of elves. And I'm not about to let a damn treaty change that. Not much to tell. We reject that fancy treaty the Emperor signed with those Dominion dogs. We believe in Tellus. We worship Tellus. And we'll keep worshipping Tellus. Treaties be damned. Politics be damned. Thelmar abduction squats be damned. Sometimes. But nothing we can't handle? Wolves, bears, the occasional troll, that sort of thing. Though recently, we've been in a bit over our heads. Bandits, you know the sort. They came through here and took my amulet of Tellus. It means a lot to me. Next time you're exploring the wilds, mind keeping an eye out for it? We'll reward you as best we can within our means. Thank you very much. Bandits probably have it stashed in one of their hideouts. Sending someone to stop us worshipping Tellus? Has the captain gone mad? I always considered the captain a man of honor, a man of tolerance. Someone who refused to be a puppet to the Thelmar and the shameful demands. Why such a sharp change in the captain's outlook? What could he, or you, possibly say that would lead us to renounce the god hero of mankind? I see. That's... well, it's more likely to happen than asking us to renounce a divine. But why should we live in shame of our faith? I see. That makes a lot of sense. Very well then. We will lay low for the time being. Let Adius know we're sorry for any problems that has caused for him. Or may cause him. He's a good man, clearly. Any other guard captain would have handed us over to the Thalmor. No questions asked. Ah, here he is now. Never was light on his feet.
Oh, you're still here. Good. Finally got done with all that paperwork and procedure for that damn thief Galette. So, I assume you've reached a mutual understanding? Or are you still in negotiations?
Yes, Captain Adius. We're going to worship more subtly, as your messenger asked.
He's more than a messenger. He's a friend. But thank you for coming around. I realize it must have been tough for you to see the justification. I'm grateful, friend, that you did what I asked. But I wonder now if it was the right call. I appreciate your loyalty, but this could turn out badly. If the Thalmor have so much as an inkling that I'm shielding Talos worshippers, heads will roll. Most likely mine. And that's if they're feeling merciful. But what's done is done. There's no time for second guessing. Here's hoping we made the right call. Here's your reward. You've earned it, friend. I guess for the time being we go our separate ways once more. But something makes me think our paths will cross again.
We are a simple folk up here. I'm not going to tell you my life story. You think I'm a fool? If the Thalmor know who my family are, they'll march 'em off in the middle of the night. Use them to try intimidate me. I'm a Talos worshipper. I follow Era. That's all there really is to it. I am the muscle. By looking intimidating, I scare away bandits. Those that have the brains their mother gave them, at any rate. And if any bandits, or wildlife, or Thalmor decide to try their luck, I send them swiftly onto Arcade. If you sell us out to the Thalmor, I'll paint the Cherals with your insides.
I'm Crucius Rodlin, sworn to Talos.
Watch your back outside the city walls. We can't be charging to your aid if a timber wolf catches your scent.
Who made that noise?
Done and done. Ow, ow, ow! That'll teach you. Won't end well for you. Run!
Don't hurt me!
Ready to die? I knew I heard something.
You got us all already.
No, please.
I'm just warming up.
Damn you!
There is no need to push.
my imagination.
I am not feeling at my best. It is a good thing I heal quickly.
Have for dinner.
Yes? What did you need? I can't wait to see the courtyard again.
Don't attack me! I'm on your side!
Ow! I'm afraid I am not tickly. Try again.
What's the matter? Getting tired.
Still remember how to fight. Who's there? That'll teach you.
Yes, boss.
Hey, watch it! Calm down.
Fuss! Brother! Fuss!
There is no push.
Yes? What did you need? What happened to this place? Everything's been torn down. The whole place looks, well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries.
This one wonders to himself sometimes. Where
This used to lead into the castle's great hall. Looks like my father had it sealed up. I used to walk through here after
Only
leaving
time will
meals.
tell.
It was beautiful once. This was my mother's garden. Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years? She would have hated to see it like this. Wait. Something's wrong with the moon dial here. Some of the crests are missing and the dial is askew. I didn't even know the crests could be removed. Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something.
Feeling clumsy today? Mind your step.
Very clever, Mother. Very clever. I've never been in those tunnels before, but I'd bet they'd run right under the courtyard and into the tower ruins. Well, at least we're getting closer. Let's go.
Greetings, thrice-honored friend. Good to see you.
I've never even seen this part of the castle before. Be careful. I don't know what might be around.
whispers to himself sometimes. Where will his story end? Where will he be when age consumes him? Only
close, I'm sure.
Mind yourself.
We're getting close. I'm sure of it. Turns out my mother is sneakier than I thought. She's tired. Smarter than I gave her credit for. Look at this place. This has to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this.
This one is most fascinating.
She must have spent years collecting these components.
Culture.
And what's this thing?
They're precious Saxley jewels.
I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obviously something. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone. My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there. I remember she used to keep a small journal. See if you can dig it up. Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something. I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here. Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy. I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire. Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating. I remember she used to keep a small journal. See if you can dig it up. Any luck yet? You did? Let me see them. I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn. The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself. That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the soul cairn. A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Oh, damn it. We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them. Having trouble finding those ingredients? Having trouble finding those ingredients? Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready. Not that I ever My mother had a bit of a thing for magic. The Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of Oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters. Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest. Nobody really knows. As far as I've heard, no one's seen them and returned to Tamriel to tell about it. I've read stories. Stories about fools that manage to communicate with them. You give the Ideal Masters souls, they give you powers to summon the undead. It's all very businesslike. Because most of the stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the Necromancers, who end up dead or wishing they were dead. Just get all of the ingredients into the vessel. Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood.
And all of a sudden, he feels a lot better.
Of course. What is it? I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me. About all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my father as possible before he really went over the edge. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then? All right, here goes. By the blood of my ancestors. Created a portal to the soul cairn. Incredible. Are you alright? That looked painful. Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The soul cairn is... well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment. There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem. Not your first choice, I guess? Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours. My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the Ideal Masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the soul cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe. I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody.